Hello, Midtown small group leaders. Welcome to week 2 of our time together in the book of John. We are studying together this great gospel that we all love so much in the book of John. And chapter 2 comes to the first miracle that takes place in John. And so it's the wedding that happens at Cana. And there's a lot going on here. There's a lot in the story. And it's fascinating because what happens is that Jesus shows up at a wedding because he's invited to a wedding. People wanted Jesus around. People loved having him around. And so he goes to this wedding, and while he's there, they run out of wine, which is a giant faux pas. Socially, this is one of the worst things that could have happened. Jewish weddings were a week-long affair, and so people took off work, people traveled in, and there's kind of a old wives' tale that you could be sued if you did what these guys did. And so because of the poor planning of the wedding party, there's a crisis that has to be solved. And Jesus is there. Mary, Christ's mom, is there. She approaches Jesus and she says, "Hey, if anybody can do anything about this, it's you. You're the guy who can fix all of this." And he tells her, "Hey, it's not my time yet." And then Jesus, he has compassion on these folks. He sees what's happening, and so he decides to act. He tells them, "Hey, take 6 of these water pots, take them down, fill them up with water, bring them back, and pour them out." And when they started pouring these out, it was 6 water pots, which is about 189 gallons, about 980 bottles of wine. Start pouring out of these water pots, and the master of the ceremony said it's the best wine he's ever tasted, because typically what would happen is you would start with the strong stuff, and then you would move on to the stuff that wasn't quite as potent, maybe not as expensive. And he tells the groom, "Hey, you have brought out the best stuff at the end." And what's wild about this story is this is his first miracle. This is a miracle that puts Jesus on the map. And I don't know that that's what I would do for my first miracle. But I'm not Jesus. And what Jesus does is this. He says, "I'm going to save this couple from shame." Not only am I going to keep the party going by, providing abundantly more than anything they needed, I'm also going to show this couple that I'm in the business of taking away shame. And that's what Jesus does for you. That's what he does for all of us, is that he goes in and takes away the shame of sin and puts it apart from us, and then brings in this new wine, puts new wine in new wineskins, and presents us to the Father, the great master of ceremonies, as pure and blameless, and as great and wonderful. And what is wild in this story is that nowhere in there does Jesus get the credit for this. The groom got all the credit, which is indicative of the gospel, right? That Jesus does all the work, and we get the credit. Jesus does the work of salvation, and it's credited to us, his followers, as righteousness. And so what a mighty God we do serve, and that this wedding gift that was given to this couple, in all the ways that Jesus was misunderstood. Why was this your first miracle, Jesus? Why did saving this couple from social shame become a thing that you deemed so important, that this is what you would be known by, that you are one who gives abundantly? And so, group leader, there is no scarcity with Jesus. Our lives operate, our economy is built on scarcity. I got to get mine. I got to get what's coming to me, and I got to hoard it. And what Jesus is showing, that in God's economy, in his kingdom, there is a refreshing sense of abundance for all who follow him. And so be encouraged by that. Be encouraged by the love that Jesus has for his people, that he takes away their shame and gives them far more than they could ever hope or imagine. So enjoy week 2 together. If you have any questions at all, reach out to your pastor, reach out to the discipleship director at your campus, reach out to me. We're happy to get you where you need to be.